Spoilers, guys. I'm now a single mum. I have 2 Tamagotchi children that I look after. Hello and welcome to another episode and another season of Elz Tells.
Ba-dum-bum-bum.
Elz Tells. Elz Tells. Elz Tells. What you telling? Yes, it is too. Wonderful. Still don't have an intro.
That is the intro.
Yeah, but a proper one. When we originally spoke about doing a podcast, we were actually going to make our own intro, which that is copyright us, but it's not finished. It's not
Trademark.
recorded. But still, today's episode is a get to know the hosts pose.
I thought it'd be about something interesting.
No, I think the thing is, if I was watching a podcast, I'd so want to know about
Do you watch podcasts?
the hosts.
You don't listen?
Well, it's a video podcast. It's literally our whole thing. Owned.
Tell me about that.
How does it feel? 2 minutes into the episode and you've already been owned.
Tell me about your hat.
My hat, Freakier Friday.
I know you're dying to tell me.
Check it out. Well, we went to watch Freakier Friday and I absolutely loved it. So I went online to see if there was any merch. There's not a lot of merch.
It's not really a merch film, is it?
Hello, pink slip t-shirts. They would have sold loads of them by now if they would have sold them on Disney Store.
Aside from that, it's not really a merch film, is it?
Well, but it could be.
What other merch we got? A plush of Anna, like. No.
But you could, like, because they have, like, you know, the psychic bit, you could have, like, tarot cards and stuff with, like, Chad Michael Murray's face on.
Yeah.
I'd buy merch anyway. So this was something that was given out for free somewhere, and I bought it off Vinted, and it was only, like, 12 quid. So I'm happy with that.
You're hat girly.
I'm a hat girly now, guys, with my Adam Sandler top. I thought it was Adam Sandler, and it was listed as Adam Sandler, but it's not.
What have we been up to between series 1 and 2?
We've released an album, which is why we've been gone so long.
I'm a big noise now. I'm not sure
Go
I
on.
can be here anymore.
Go on, tell them how many monthly listeners we have.
I had about 10 monthly listeners. I'm at now 309.
309 monthly listeners. That is big. It's a big noise.
I'm not sure I can be here.
To be honest, I think I've outgrown it too. So famous.
Outgrown it.
No, we are obviously really excited to be back. But so we've released an album. It was called Such a Classic. We'll get into all of that and
Such a classic.
Such a classic. We'll get into all that.
Are we talking about that, are we?
Yeah, we're talking about literally
sorry.
our story.
I was just doing like a brief recap. Like,
yeah, well, that is a
series 1.
recap.
When did we finish one? Like a while ago now.
Yeah, a good few months
Why
ago.
did you leave it so long? Why have you kept the fans waiting?
We've been doing it. Kept the fans waiting.
Why not give the fans what they want?
We've been releasing an album. We've been busy, girlies.
We had our 5-year wedding anniversary.
Yeah, you got a promotion at work.
No, we didn't finish series 1 before Christmas, did we?
Oh, no.
No.
That was this year. We started the podcast this year.
Oh,
so
yeah, there we
the
are.
same year.
Yeah,
so
not too long
2
ago.
seasons a year is pretty good. So we're ahead of the
You're
game.
like a studio banging them out.
Trail blazed. Let's start then, I guess, with our story.
I have no idea what we're doing, so go for
literally our story. So how did we meet? Tell the people. I know they want to know how we met.
You hate it when I tell this story.
Yeah, because I hate the way you tell it.
It was a long time ago. All right, it was a long time ago.
You had to control yourself.
I locked in.
Long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
Mike Wazowski.
I was year 11. You were first year college. That's very important because that reveals how cool I was.
He thinks he's so cool.
That's revealed how
so
cool
annoying.
I was.
It's so
That was so
annoying.
cool. Sorry. We were both doing music. Solo. We don't do music together at this point.
Solo.
I never met you.
I had a YouTube channel called Ellie Smart Music, and it's deleted now. You can't find anything. And I just basically did solo music on my own. I was in college, and me and a friend put on a charity gig, and so part of it was a play, and the other part of it was music.
The play.
Acts. The play.
So you were acting in this play as well as playing.
Yeah.
Was it an interval or was
No,
it
it was
segment?
the first part. So the
like
first part was all just music acts, like on like one after the other, like a kind of showcase.
It was one of those college showcase, wasn't it?
And then the second half was a play and a big finale.
And I was asked to play.
He's a chavvy guy. He literally was just moody and anyway,
I was
carry on.
16, full Adidas tracksuit with my little moped. How did I even get my guitar to the venue? There's no way I drove along with it on my moped.
I don't know.
I was walking with Tom, who was in the show. No joke, no exaggeration. I saw you and I was like, I'm going to marry her.
It's fine. You can tell them that you saw my butt.
I did see your butt first.
He saw the back of me.
I didn't know how PG this is.
No, it's fine. You're allowed to say.
I saw your butt before I saw your face. and I said I'm going to marry you before I even saw your face.
So lame. It's so
not.
lame.
I nudged Tom and I said I'm going to marry her. I swear on my life that's the truth.
Well, for me, it was more of a slow burn.
You weren't impressed to start with.
We first spoke to each other. Part of my story that basically I've always suffered really badly with migraines and things like that. And when I was younger, I used to have seizures and stuff like that. Doing things like a show where it's like 3 nights in a row and all that was like a big commitment for me really at the time. A lot of people in the room knew that. And I came in and was like, oh guys, I'm just feeling like rough today. Like I really don't feel good. And I was like, yeah, I feel rough. And you were like, yeah, you look it.
Yeah, right. That was my first ever word to you. I'd spoken about you beforehand to Tom. That was the first thing I said to you was, yeah, you look it. You look rough.
Yeah.
I was trying to flirt.
Yeah, it went really well.
I was 16.
So,
and you were like older than me with all your college mates, mind. I wouldn't even... So you were sat in a semicircle on the stage with all your college mates, all as part of the show.
Who's cool now? Who's cool?
I was sat like in the chairs on my own and I just joined in being like, yeah, you look it. Yeah, you look it. You look rough. And I don't know. You were not impressed.
Well, I didn't care. Like, I was like, oh, haha.
It was one of those where everyone else in the semicircle, all your mates were like...
Yeah,
like,
yikes. Yeah.
I didn't know, obviously, the weight of what I just said was just like, yikes. But
Funny.
But then, so the next thing I said to you was like 10 minutes later, I came up to you, I was like, can I borrow your guitar?
No. You didn't even ask me yourself.
Did I ask you?
You sent my friend. So my friend was like, oh, like Nikon's here and he doesn't have his guitar. And I was like, what? Like he's come here for a gig and he hasn't brought his guitar with him. Like, what? Why would you come if you haven't got your guitar?
I did have my guitar, though.
But you did have it. You just wanted to talk to me.
I hid my guitar behind the stage.
That's so lame.
So I could ask to borrow yours.
That's so lame.
I asked your friend if I could borrow your guitar instead.
But so then I was like, oh, but is he going to detune it? Is it going to be exactly how I need it to be for my performance sort of thing? And so then she was like, I don't know. So I went up to you. And at that point, he is slumped in his chair. He's got his like hand hanging down. And he looks so moody and chavvy. And so I go up to him and I'm like, I hear you want to borrow my guitar? And he's like, yeah. Yeah. And I was like, okay. I was like, are you going to change the tuning? And he was like, yeah. I was like, well, can you put it back after so that I'm ready to like go on next? And you were like, yeah, cool. Yeah. I was like, okay.
You weren't impressed when you first
Well,
saw
no,
me.
because you were so not a welcoming presence.
Well, I was also the guy who didn't bring a guitar to a gig.
Yeah.
So I was unreliable, young, and just moody.
Yeah.
Young, moody, unreliable. Nothing that you wanted.
But, yeah.
Just like...
But basically, he obviously got up and did a great performance and blah, blah, blah. And all of my family who had obviously come to watch and support the show were like, oh, he's nice, isn't he nice? And I was thinking, no. Like he literally like was just like, so he used to do this thing where you'd like lie the guitar down and percussive hit it instead. And so you like, not only are you borrowing my guitar, you're smashing it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh no. Every time you hit it, I'm like, oh God, that's my guitar. Obviously like back then it's like a 200 quid Tanglewood, like, but when you are 16, it is your absolute world. So that was.
I'm amazed you let me do it.
Well, I had no choice.
I'd be upset now. Like,
I thought you didn't have a
If I went to
guitar.
a gig now, and I'm about to go on, and the guy before me is like, "Can I borrow your guitar?" He tunes it down to like D, and then starts banging it, lying it down on his lap, and he's doing. I'd be like, "Bro, what are you doing?" But
I had no choice. We needed to fill the show, and you weren't prepared, as far as I knew.
You should have told me to like go to the cupboard in college and be like.
No one wants a covered guitar.
Get a little nylon
They
string
have 3
out.
strings left. So no.
Your dad and his best friend Gary, Uncle Gary, was there.
R.I.P. He died.
Looking
like
scary.
a thug. He
Thug,
looked like a thug. Let's be real. He had like
Skullduggery.
shaved,
Just like, yeah.
kind of like
He had shaved on the side of the mohawk.
yeah, mohawk
Terrifying.
vibes. Like, oh, you lovely folks, I've got a dream. He's got a dream.
And then your sister, I smoked at the time as well. Your sister came out to get some deets, like as in like suss me
What's
out.
the tea?
Did I have a girlfriend? What was going on? What's going on?
Not on my behalf, by the way. My whole family, it was like a conspiracy. They just like pushed you upon me, like from all.
No, but I asked though because your sister came out to have a cigarette, and I was having one as well. And I said to her, "Also, was that your sister?" So I was like straight in, like showing my interest.
Yeah.
But she was obviously out there to like to spy and get the info, and was able to come back and say, yeah, he's obviously dead keen then, because the first thing he said to me was like, is that your sister? And obviously sussed out that I was single and obviously very keen. Wait, there's one more really awkward bit, which you can cut out this, but it's hilarious because it's really awkward. I think I've told you this before. My friend came, his family was there with him, my ex was playing, but I said that there was this girl I really liked playing.
Right.
You, right?
And he obviously thought you meant...
No, not him. His family turned around to me whilst my ex is playing and be like, yeah, I can see why you like it. You two be perfect together. And I'll be like, no. I'll be like, that's my ex. Wrong one. And then you come up or sort of like next, whatever it was.
Yikes.
That is so awkward, which is obviously, so, that's 13 years ago. We're married, but it's so funny at the time. I was just like, why would you suggest that? It's like, oh, yeah, so bad. There's more. Wait.
No.
On the drive home, do you remember?
Yeah.
So I had my little moped. You were in the back of your mum and dad's car.
So cringe.
I drove up next to you in the car.
No, I was in the car. You were in the moped going...
I gave the full millennial...
Heart hands. For anyone on podcast version, heart hands. But the old styley heart hands.
I thought I was king of the world. 13 years ago, giving it that to a girl in college.
But
you
what's
caved,
funny
though.
though...
You caved.
No.
So I was king of the world.
No. I was in the car with my family and they were all going, do it back, Elle, do it back. I'm
Did
going,
you do it back?
No. Yeah, in the end. But it was peer pressure.
Yeah, you did do the heart back. And when you did the heart back...
peer pressure.
Mate, driving home on that moped on my own. I was, Luca, the Disney film Luca. I'm literally... Vespa through the clouds all the way home. 2 weeks went by. Nish. Found you on Facebook. Added you on Facebook. Messages.
You say messages. There are wall posts.
Oh, it's wall
posts. It was back in the day where you used to write on each other's walls.
Didn't I write a song? So in the show, you were in a sari with full Indian, wonderful dress.
Because my friend was Indian, so it was like a twist on Romeo and Juliet rather than being like Romeo and Juliet. It was Romeo and Leia, some other name.
But full Indian themed kind of stuff like that. Yeah. And I wrote a song. I posted it on Facebook.
Girl in your Indian dress.
And I called it Indian Dress.
Run your fingers through your hair.
Oh, no.
Oh, please tell me I can find a clip. If I do, I'm putting it in here right now.
I'm deleting it right now.
It's so embarrassing. You wrote many a song about me.
Yeah.
You wrote many a song about many a girl, though. I have those clips too.
I had that reputation. It was so bad. I did not have a reputation. I had a reputation, but I wasn't.
I literally have a video that says "For Danny XX," and it's like, if I could run 1,000 miles, I'd do it all for you. That's a really good impression. I'll try and put the clip in here because that's such a good impression. Yeah.
Don't you dare.
Yeah.
If I could run 100 miles, I would run it for you. I would sprint it for you, and you wouldn't have known. If I owned something that was mine, babe, I'd give it all to you, hand everything to you. See, I'm just a simple man, and I wish you knew. My patience climbs the wall of every room.
You'll never see me on the podcast.
You threatened that last time.
So then we messaged a few times, and then I was like, we asked to meet up. We were going to meet up some way. And I was just like, and again, obviously I didn't realise any of your kind of health stuff. So I was just like, should we meet up in Ashcombe Park, which is like miles away from your house? And just like sit in a park, which for you is like the last thing you want to do.
Why do I want to do that? It was
walk around
cold
the park,
as well.
sit in a cold park. So you would just literally like come up to my house.
Yeah.
And I was like...
I think I was cooler than that, actually. I was like, what are you doing? And you were like, not much. You? And I was like... waiting for you to come over.
I can't tell you how quickly I jumped off my bed.
I was smooth.
My PlayStation was literally smashed off. I'm not even sure I turned it off. Just the controller. And I put my shoes and my jacket on so quick.
It's so funny.
Can you imagine me at 16 running down the stairs, put my motorcycle helmet on, and be like, where are you off to? Just be like, you've texted me like waiting for you.
But I remember when you pulled up with your moped and you parked outside my neighbour's house, and everyone on the street knows you don't park outside other people's houses.
I thought everyone was taking a minute. I knock on your door. I was like, is it all right if I park there? And you were like, no. I thought you were like just dead joking.
Deadpan.
Yeah, I was just like, ha.
I was like, no,
so
really.
I'd walk away from your house, get back on my moped and wheel it forward like 2 meters.
Not wheel. That's embarrassing.
How did you think, like,
I didn't.
this guy?
I didn't. That's the point.
Look at him wheeling his moped.
No, I didn't though. I genuinely like just thought that you were like fun to be around, like banter.
Everything was cringe.
Everything. Yeah, but you are cringe when you're 16, and when you're 16, you don't realise it, and you think that like no one's had a love like this before, and like you're just all in.
I remember 2 things. Coming up to your room. You told me that you got slapped in a drama class by someone.
I did.
And we laughed I found it so funny.
It was.
And then you found it funny that I found it funny.
Well, let me tell a story.
We spent like an hour just laughing. Because we had nothing else. We were so awkward. I had nothing to talk to you about.
And I was at A-level drama. And we were doing a bit from, I think it was Taming of the Shrew, right? We were practicing.
And I was like this. I was laughing. I remember like 13 years ago.
But we were practicing.
As you were telling the story and I was just laughing.
We did like 45 minutes of different ways to fake slap someone, right? So I have rehearsed with this girl over and over again a fake slap. It comes to the real thing in front of the class. She whacks me round the face mid-scene so hard my glasses come off my face. No, I'm not kidding.
Just the vision of your glasses flying off your head.
They were literally like, when you come back up and they're like wonky and half off your nose. Like, I was like, what? But for some reason, I just kept going. I just kept doing the scene rather than doing anything about it. But the girl was having a rough time at the time. But I also never got an explanation as to why she decided to just smack me around the face, because it was the kind of fake slap as well where she created the noise. So it wasn't like a mistake that she like missed the hit and actually got me. She fully went for the slap, and I went to the bathroom afterwards and I had red all over my face and my eyes were welling up because it was so hard. And also because I had migraines and all that, and the reason I wore glasses was because they were like changing transition lenses, so they turned dark in bright lights. That hurt like so bad. Like my head was ringing. I don't know why I didn't do anything about it. Where I am now, I'll always call stuff out. The thing is, I was always quite brave in college because, like, I know you think I was, like, cool because I was, like, older than you and just in college. But I was always part of, like, the Misfits. But I would always stand up for the Misfits and the nerds, Like, I remember we were in the common room once and there was this group who would just, like, throw things at this guy who was, like, part of my friendship group. And, like, one day it just went too far. So I stood up in front of the whole common room. There was about, like, 50 teenagers. And I was like, I'm not being funny. I'm not having it this term. You did it all last term and I let it slide and I gave you the benefit of the doubt. But now I am literally not having it. I was like, this is too far. Leave us all alone. And then they kept throwing like food and stuff at our group. So I went to whoever it was at the time, like the woman who you go to. I said that this was happening. I went with a friend. She was like, oh, we need 3 witnesses, which I thought at the time, like, are you joking? I don't want to be here telling you this anyway. But then, so we called my other friend who had seen it, and then, yeah, basically they got expelled, which it was deserved, because that was kind of the least of what they did.
Throwing food over people was sad.
It was awful.
That's so lame.
Awful. I was proud of myself, though, because I stood up, and you know what it's like when you're, like, fuming, and you're, like, shaking, but you're like, I need to stand up for this and try and make it stop. So I was proud of that. I always try and do the right thing and like protect people and whatever. College was a weird one though. Like even in general, like school, college, all that, like if anyone young is watching this, it's such a flash in the pan in your life. And it when you're in it, it feels like the biggest thing in the world.
College means nothing. You know when people say school means nothing, college means literally even less. Because college is just like 2 years, I'm friends with the people I went to school with for like 10 years before that.
Yeah, school as well. Like I have like 1 or 2 really good friends and like a best friend from school.
Do you remember first kiss? How did that happen?
We don't want to talk about first kiss.
Was it kitchen or on the porch?
Kitchen.
Was it a kitchen table? I remember you did something really cool as well, but I can't remember what it was. Was it?
I said, "Is it too soon to kiss?"
Is it too soon to kiss? That's yeah.
It's a movie, guys. It's a movie. You know that thing where like you know that someone likes you, but you also like don't really know.
Obviously, what have I just driven up on my moped for like
I don't know.
Nothing. I'm making a heart.
Finish. Am I driven up here finish? And then I'm the one who has to be like, so are we going to kiss
Yeah, I know.
or what?
I was just too
Hello?
goony to ever ask anything.
Yeah.
Do you remember during my GCSEs? You were cool. You were in college, AS levels. My GCSEs, you spent weeks doing history boys with me and all stuff like that.
Yeah,
I didn't
Lord
even
of
sit
the
exam.
Flies.
Lord of the Flies. We read the books. We watched the show or the film, whatever it is. I didn't even sit the exam.
Briefly touch upon your childhood. Obviously, you don't have to get too personal, but long story short, you were in care and you were troubled.
Foster care.
Foster care. And
Checkered past.
even though you say you were at school, you were actually tattooing.
I dropped out, of year 11 to go hang out in a tattoo studio. So by the time you met me, I was covered in tattoos like this.
I just wanted to help because you said that your GCSEs were coming. So I was like, cool, well, let's do it together and sort it out.
That's because you were like a mega, I don't want to say mega nerd.
Nerd.
But you were like you were. You were like, I'd come over and it'd be like, you want to help me with my psychology revision? I'm sat there reading revision cards with you. Yes, you were Rory Gilmore. You were mega nerd. And so you wanted to help me with my GCSEs.
Yeah.
But I was like, I've literally dropped out of school. But I sat there because you were hot and I wanted to hang out with you. So you were like, no, yeah. And then you were like, let's do the history boys together. And I was you were just literally
I wish you would have told me that you couldn't be asked, because then I do you think I want to sit there watching?
Do you know what? I
Lord of the Flies?
probably would. So I had my exams at home because I was like expelled. The lady just came around the house.
Expelliarmus.
The lady came around the house and she was just so rude. And I had a massive problem with authority because of a whole childhood of stuff. And I was just like, I'm gonna have a cigarette, basically. She's like, no, you can't leave this table, we're about to start the exam, can't go anything, if you leave now I'm gonna fail you. And I just literally got up, got my motorcycle helmet, got my bag, and I was just like, I don't need this.
She tried to hardline it when she should have actually said, no worries, do it at your own pace. I had some of my exams at home because of my illnesses and stuff. The woman I had was absolutely lovely. I got her flowers at the end, and it was things like, because if I needed a break because I had a migraine or anything like that happening, then she would pause it and I could take 10 minutes and then she'd restart my time. Obviously, you're just not allowed sort of out of the room or anything. She was so wonderful, and I ended up getting a B in psychology instead of like my predicted C or whatever, because she was so nice and I felt comfortable in the exam. And I think they should have done that with you, really. So we met in college. Nikon did BTEC music and I was still doing A-levels for the first year. The second year comes around and we obviously started doing music together as Ellie and Nikon. I was like, do you know what? I actually think I want to do music.
The plan was you were going to go do English Lit at Bath Spa. How did your parents take it when you were like, I don't want to do that? Because that was always the plan, English literature.
Well, the reason they didn't mind is because I could do a fast track BTEC. So it would only be another year, so it'd be the equivalent of doing like a gap year eventually. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't technically be like too far behind, and it means that I get to do something that I enjoy. Basically deferred my space at first at Bath Spa, and then eventually when I decided to do music, just changed completely. So we did music together, we did the BTEC first, and then we decided to do the degree. I think,
which we hated.
Yeah.
College and uni, every minute of it.
So A-levels were way harder than BTEC. I'm not going to pretend that they weren't. Like, BTEC was a lot easier. I did it in 1 year.
It probably felt easy because it was your passion.
Yeah, definitely. Moved on to uni. Uni itself, I found it difficult.
I mean, it was bad. Would you pay, of your own money, £7,500 a year? Because obviously we were slightly cheaper those days. It's like 9, 10 or whatever it is now a year.
Well, no, we were cheaper because we were a partner thing.
It was Bath Spa in partnership with.
There you go.
Yeah.
So it was technically already meant to be like a bit of a worse course, let's be real. So we weren't paying the £9,000 that it was going to be.
I wouldn't have paid £1,000.
No, it was quite bad.
It was shocking. I mean, our attendance, both of us, was below 50%. We just didn't go.
There were some really good teachers, but it got to the point where one of my teachers was like, guys, I've run out of hours and this college isn't going to pay me more for these hours, so I can't teach you anymore. And it's like, what? We still had like a whole term left. It was funding issues, but it was also the way it was run. And it turns out basically that the principal was doing dodgy dealings and paying himself money that he shouldn't have been and all of that. So it was a very dodgy place. And we had some fantastic teachers. We also had some awful teachers who were completely inappropriate and just not professional. And yeah, that's just our reality of how we experienced uni. That's all I really have to say on uni, to be honest. I'll tell you why it was good, because you were in foster care, you got lots of money. extra money.
I was never richer than when I was at uni.
There you go. I got some money as well from whatever grants and stuff they had at the time.
To a message, anyone who's in foster care, go to uni just for the grants.
Yeah.
The grants.
Wonderful.
I bought a car, I bought a gaming PC, I bought the guitar I wanted, the amps I wanted, everything I want, because it was just like, and they were just like, oh, you've had a bad childhood, off you go. I was like, this makes up for it. We're square. Call it quits.
Uni gives you money, which gives you freedom, which means that you can do lots of other things.
It also delays being a responsible adult. I recommend anyone does it. Just in terms of not for like, oh, you need it for your job. Just have 3 years before you go to work. You will have the rest of your life to work a job for the next 45 years.
While we didn't enjoy our course, we really enjoyed the time that we got to spend together, the money that we were able to spend and the things that we were able to do.
Recording EPs and stuff like that, and just mucking about.
We moved in together like early because Nikon was in foster care. He basically was able to stay in foster care as a care leaver, but move in to our house. So we got together in the March and you were moved in by the October.
Do you know, oddly, this is something I spoke about at work the other day.
My Tamagotchi is aged up. I've got to see it.
He's aged up.
Yeah, please be cute. Yes, I got the cutest one.
Let's see.
Oh, epic.
Let's see.
Tamagotchi Paradise, guys. This is not an ad. I wish it was. Oh, buzzing. Do you know how happy I am about that? I don't know if you'll be able to see that.
He's like a little newt kind of thing.
Yeah, he's like a pink newt. Yay.
What are we talking about?
Care. And you moving in with me.
This was something I was talking about with someone at work, where I can't believe you, at 16, took the plunge. So if I was your dad, or like your mum and dad, I wouldn't say, like, if my daughter came to me, can my boyfriend move in with us? I'd be like, no. Absolutely not. Because the first question is, what are you going to do if you break up? If he's living with us? It's just like, but then we were so certain, and this is why it's like, it was love at first sight, and it was literal soulmates. But it was though, because literally we found each other, and but everyone around us also kind of knew, being like, this is it.
It was a lot of things.
I was sleeping on the floor for ages. But you know,
no, tell the story properly.
No, like, so because you were like, obviously, again, you were like Rory Gilmore, super nerdy, and you were like, I've got my A-levels coming up, like, you can't disturb me, like, I need to concentrate. And
I was like, I need a good night's sleep.
Yeah. And obviously, you had a single bed. And I was just like, cool, I'll just sleep on the floor. And I remember your mum coming upstairs and literally getting towels with me and literally laying out.
To make a bed on the floor.
To make a pillow and stuff, and a soft bed on the floor. I was just happy sleeping on the floor.
Because your foster home didn't feel like a home, it was easier for you to be here, eat with us and chill with us, and like, you know, even if, like you say, I was revising or like whatever I was doing, you would just be like around.
Yeah, I was happy to just be around.
I couldn't get rid of him, guys. He was hanging on.
You tried. You were literally just like, if you're going to be here, you've got to sleep on the floor. And I was like, all right. And you're like, oh, damn.
Like, oh, better find a blanket. At that point then, we realised that we weren't getting rid of you.
I don't remember that. Like, I remember it happened so fast. Like I said, we met in the March, started dating. I moved in by October. I don't remember the conversation though of being like, can I move in, or I need to move in.
I don't think you asked.
I was just here, and then I just
you were
never
just
went
around.
Yeah.
Your like social worker started coming here instead of going to the care home, like house.
Yeah, it obviously got done officially at some point. Well, that's when you met my mum, because didn't you have to officially? So your parents then became my guardians.
Yeah, which is so hard to explain to someone that they were your guardians, but it wasn't
a
brother sister.
Yeah, no, I had to explain. We were dating a long time first before that.
It just felt like a natural thing to do, and it was massive. And I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to anyone in terms of like, from a logical point of view, it seems stupid, but at the time it made total sense. And I kind of remember saying to you, well, if we break up, you can still live here anyway, which is very mature and probably unrealistic if it didn't work out.
Yeah.
We were just kind of like, never mind.
Wasn't on the cards, was it?
No.
Really?
Within the first 6 months, we thought we were going to marry each other. And then...
But we didn't do anything about it for years. Because you never want to be that couple where everyone's like, oh, they're a bit young for that. So we waited
16
years.
is young.
It is young. But, we waited till our, mid-20s, effectively, to get married.
What did you think about my, like, Disney obsession when you first met me?
Right, you say this. You were not that Disney obsessed. You weren't. She was a fake fan.
Scandal.
She was a fake fan. I go back, go back to our vlog of
2016.
2016 Disneyland Paris, right? There's like Todd and Copper, the beautiful little... You didn't even know what it was called.
I didn't know
And you were
what
like,
copper was.
look, Fox and Hound, so cute. And you were like, what's the name? What's the name? And I was just like, whereas now you're like Todd and Copper because you know everything. You
Yeah.
like, know everything. So actually, I think you've grown with that, which is like, I've never had a problem with it.
Toy Story 3 happened and it all clicked for me and I suddenly started collecting plush. So when we met, I just started having them like on top of my wardrobe. Eventually, it's just got bigger and bigger.
When you got adult money, yeah. Uni.
There you
That was
go.
like uni and beyond.
There you
yeah,
go.
to be fair, like I said, it wasn't, I don't think it was like Disney obsession when you liked Disney, you loved Disney, don't get me wrong. And like, and Toy Story was your favourite film and all that stuff. And there was Disney stuff around the room. But actually, you had a wall of photos with your friends and experiences,
Yeah.
your poetry book, your guitar, music. You had Killers posters.
Yeah,
you had
I
all this
wrote a
stuff.
poetry book.
Poetry book. I threw that in. But yeah.
So bad.
But you had Killers posters, Mumford & Sons posters. I didn't
Yeah.
walk in and go, oh my gosh, this is a Disney girl. I was like, this is a cool room.
Yeah.
It was like,
I am cool.
You had Noah and the Whale posters.
We're currently in the middle of sorting out all of our rooms. If you guys watch my YouTube channel and not just the podcast, then you'll see that I've just done a room tour and I'm now currently, as we're doing this podcast, filming a video of transforming the space because sorting it out, going through my collection again and all that because
I've never cared about
it's
it.
good.
It's no different than if I liked fishing stuff.
Yeah, but it's because you love Disney as well. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Like, and
But say if I didn't, right?
Right, no, he's just as bad as I am, okay? If I'm like, oh, I think I might get rid of this plush, or like, oh, I might sell this or whatever, he goes, no, not that one.
Yeah, probably because there's a nice memory attached to it. I probably remember us
If
getting
I
it
tried to
together.
get rid of this Mushu,
Obviously,
you'd literally like fisticuffs.
Yeah, because Mushu's like my favourite character. Didn't we get him in Paris together, didn't we?
One of them, I think that's the Paris one down there. That's the Disney store one.
Same question then, you to me. Is there anything that like I brought along with me or collected that you were just like, oh, what is this? Like,
Only your guitar that was covered in sun calendar, girls.
yeah. Oh, and I actually had a sun calendar.
We got to keep this, PG.
Which is a massive no-no.
But I remember being like, what the hell are you
I was a
saying?
single boy on my own beforehand, so
What the hell?
having something like a page 3 sun calendar was like, seemed normal or okay for me.
Well, I'm not being funny. We went into his house and it was literally like Cinderella in the attic. There was not even like a laid floor. It was like all patches of different carpets that had been like just chucked down. It was quite terrible. And there was nothing on the walls apart from this one sun calendar. You had a PlayStation, a chair, and nothing else was yours. So I remember we turned up to like get his stuff to move in and you had 2 bin bags. I brought my sister with her car thinking we'd do a couple of trips. You had 2 bin bags and a guitar. That's it. It's sad.
Living light.
That's sad. And now we're not living light ever again. Yeah. Now we're having nice Disney stuff everywhere.
2 HGVs to move us out.
I really want to talk about living with parents. To me, it's a really important thing because I feel like a lot of people have such strong opinions on it. So I thought, let's tell you my view. So we still live with my mum and dad. Granted, we have a really nice space to ourselves. We have a couple of rooms, so it's not like we're cramped in like one room together or anything like that. Like my sister moved out, so we've got space, which is really, really nice. It's essentially kind of like our own little flat, which obviously I'm very, very grateful for. In terms of living with parents, honestly, I want to spend as much time as I can with my parents. I have friends who have lost their parents. I know that they would literally love to just be able to have tea with their parents every night, to watch TV with them or anything. So it's like, I think it's nothing to be ashamed of. So when people are like, oh, when are you moving out?
Totally. We are obsessed with home ownership in this country. Mate, living at home with your parents is a blessing.
100%.
But even so, just in the sense of like, just coming home, your bad day at the office, and it's not just you, but like you and your dad are there, just being like, how's your day then? Like, what happened? Or just, and even just like, do you want coffee, son? And it's just like, and just having a coffee, or like, even today when you're like, oh, I need to go get some boxes, come sorting out my room. And your mum's just like, oh, I'll take you out and go get some boxes. And you went and had lunch together, and a bit like, just, it's just nice being with your parents.
Being as a family unit is priceless, if you ask me. Realistically, in this climate of no one can afford a house, it's really great and I feel really good about it. So yeah, when people ask like, when are you going to move out and all that, I don't really want to. We got married in lockdown. We were going to have a wedding on the 5th of June of 2020, but obviously it was locked down because of the Rona.
Why 5th of June?
Because my parents got married on the 5th of June.
It was a wedding anniversary, yeah.
That got cancelled. And basically the next available date was the 25th of July 2020, and they were out of lockdown by then, like full lockdown, but we were only allowed like limited amounts of people there, so we literally
Yeah,
had
because it was just before like Eat Out August and everything, wasn't it?
yeah. It's just so funny. It's such a different time now. Eat Out August, what the hell, Beyonce? Yeah, we got married. It was just my parents and my sister, and it was really fun, really good, really nice
I
wedding.
would do it like that every time.
Cheap.
I could have £1 million in my bank right now. I would do a small wedding like that.
I do recommend it. If you're thinking about getting married and you're like, oh, it costs so much money and blah, blah, blah. If you don't have the excess income
It doesn't have to cost a lot of money.
No.
We've got you. Your first ring was terrible. Obviously, you're on to your second ring now. Your dress was off Boohoo, £25. Cheap rings, £200 on like the venue hire for the reception. What do you call it? Registry office.
Yeah.
And then we went to Miller and Carter, just the five of us, and spent like 250 quid, 300 quid.
It was
£300
£300.
300
Defo.
quid. The whole wedding under £1,000 easily.
Yeah. And now every year we go back to Miller and Carter for our anniversary.
5 years now. We've been married.
But it was funny though, because we were sort of doing things in there just kind of for the sake of it. So like the walk-in, you know, and like Dad giving me away. Like we were playing.
You walked around in
Where
empty
you
chairs.
lead, I will follow. On my phone. I walked around empty chairs. I tripped. No one was there to see it though, so it doesn't matter.
Thing is, like the staff, though, I mean, there were more staff than us, but they were loving it, and they were giving it all the oh, you can tell he was like for love, because I'd had a COVID buzz cut, so my hair looked awful.
It was so bad, guys. He's ruined our photos.
A
for
home
life.
done COVID buzz cut, and I rocked up in my jeans for my wedding.
Oh, your hair. Our wedding photos as well.
Are the
You
worst
literally
things.
look like you're scared for your life. Scared. That's kind of all the tea. We've released an album. I do want to talk a little bit about that. Obviously, we already know we're a big noise. A lot of the songs in there are actually quite personal as well. Like My Hometown is actually references to all of our stuff.
Wow.
It is, though, isn't it?
My hometown references my hometown.
Yeah, it does. But it's also, you know...
Groundbreaking.
No, but it's things to do with our life and stuff like that. So if you want to get to know us better, then go and listen to Ellie and Nikon wherever you listen to your music.
We literally, you were just like, why would I want to hang out with you in a park for my first date? And there's a line in the song that's just like, the park I had my first kiss in.
Yeah, wasn't you?
You just didn't want to hang out in the park with me.
Yeah. Other questions. Just some questions to like get to know. You can ask me some too, but my first one...
And the first hour wasn't good enough, like, to get to know. We gave our whole, like,
No, but I think
years
these
together.
things are interesting.
Okay, they're going to gleam a lot more from this. All right.
Gleam. What makes a good friend?
Why are we deep in it on
To
this
you.
podcast?
I'm just asking.
What, to me?
Yeah, to me, to you.
So your cousin, Josh, who I've become, I would say, really, really good close friends with recently. And the reason why I consider him a very good friend, he doesn't want anything from me.
It's a mutual
It's not just
reliance.
like, all right, mate. And I'm just like, how you doing, mate? Do you
Not
want me-
neggy.
Oh, neggy's not negative. And he's so generous with his time, with money, with gifts. And like, we go out with him like the other day and he's just like, oh, I'll pay for that. I'll pay for your entry. I'll pay for parking. Like, because that's exactly how I am. Like, and my friends know, like, or your friends as well. If they come out with us, I'm paying for them as well. I'm paying for you, me, and your friends. And I'm very generous as well. I'll pay for that. Don't worry. I got that. I got dinner. I got that. If you need that, I'll get that
I
for you.
also think it's that thing of like, we don't have all the money in the world, but any little we have, we will share.
Oh, no, exactly.
You know?
I'm not doing it to splash the cash and be Mr. Big
yeah.
Time. I'm doing it because I'm generous. I don't have a lot, but I'll share it with you because you're my friend.
Generous.
No, I'm genuinely.
I'm genuinely generous.
And so if I'm with someone else who's as equally generous, and I'm basically fighting to pay for a £2 Coke,
makes you want to pay more.
Yeah,
because they want to pay.
It makes me want to hang out with them because it just make me feel good. You leave me feeling really good about myself, about life, about the time we just had together.
Yeah. Your friends are your people you can rely on when things are bad, but your like good friends and best friends are the people who are there celebrating you and with you when things go right.
Exactly. Think about longest term friends and being there for their big things like Sam and his wedding, because it is harder when you get older. You all buy your own houses. He lives up in Bristol, we live down here. It's hard to stay in touch, and like we all work full time and everything like that. It's hard. You might get together for an hour here and there on a video game over headset, or trying to arrange something, but trying to make everyone free. But Mike as well, talking about celebrating, Mike, my other like best mate, comes and celebrates our album launch. He comes for important things, and when he gets his first house, we go there to celebrate a moving in day and have a takeaway on his lounge floor where there's no furniture in there and no curtains. It's like you say, it's being there for the big stuff.
Yeah.
And there for the low stuff.
I think
I've been there at his mum's funeral and like really heavy stuff.
It's noticing what is important to the other person.
Yeah.
And showing up and being there for them.
Showing up positive.
I love someone I can be like totally honest with. Like, so my best friend Megan, I can say anything to that girlie and she does not care. She does not care. Like, I love being able to be that honest. I love being able to share like passions. So like my besties Chloe and Dan, like we can talk about like Disney,
I love
Star
Chloe and Dan.
Wars.
I love Dan so much.
Sharing the passion for something is
another one. He doesn't want anything
important.
He'll like just be like, mate, I listened to a new song, I absolutely love it, and it's be like, oh, you know, let's do this, or I'll get that, I'll pay for that. You know, the amount of times was like we've just gone for like you and Chloe might be at an event, so me and him just gone out, and he's like offered to pay for everything.
Offered pie.
just a lovely love, and I just love that.
Someone who's interested, but they're not asking just for the sake of asking. They're asking because they actually genuinely like care in their soul. Me and my best friend Meg, we are so different. Like, I'm Disney colourful girly. She's like gothic, like horror kind of vibe girly. But we get on so well. It is like an opposite. It's like a yin-yang situation. But I like that as well. So like, you don't need to share the passions with the person all the time. But you just appreciate what they're passionate about. Next question. What's the best thing about me? There's so many to choose from. Best thing about me.
Best thing about
There's meant to be quick fire questions here. I know it's really hard to choose through the many things that are great about me.
Rock solid. That's what would be it like. No, but no, right. So
that's the best thing about me.
No, right.
Rock solid.
Stability.
I'm a fucking pebble. I'm not allowed to swear.
Put aside all the, you know, wonderful good looks and all the, you know, funny, wonderful to look into your eyes and oh, I love you and
thank you.
Stability. That's what you and what that does for me. And my happiness and grounding, you are just rock solid, supportive. There's no drama.
Call me Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
There's no drama. You're there. You constantly support.
Roll with the punches.
But you also just like you do just kind of leave me to do my thing as well. You just like you do
your thing.
You do you. Back to you. You don't mollycoddle. You don't be like you're very much just like you do you. but I like the thing. I like that your approaches as well. You don't need me. I find that so. I love
need
that.
Me, man, and don't
I love that. No, I love that. I love that.
Me.
Wait, no. Same question. Then back at me.
I was hoping I'd skip past that.
No, go on. Same question about me. Obviously, like your humour is fun. I find you so funny.
I am funny.
But that's not like if you're asking me to deep it, like what makes you stay with Ellie. It's
whoa,
peace.
That wasn't the question.
No,
the question was the best thing about me.
The best thing is and that's what makes me stay with you is the peace and the support, constant support. No matter what I do, supported. You know, leaving is never on the table. You know, and it's just
no.
And that's like
I think the most important thing, especially in a marriage, is that just leaving is never a thing. Like no matter how bad the arguments get or like anything like that, you're never saying I want a divorce. You're never like leaving the ring on the table and leaving. You know, like that is what marriage is, in my opinion.
100%.
Like, you know, you're comfortable. No matter how bad it gets, you're comfortable and you're together, and that's the whole point. Yeah, I'm hilarious.
So funny.
I know.
But you're not that funny, and you think you're funny, which makes it funnier.
I am hilarious.
You're not actually that funny. But you say stuff and then you make yourself laugh. And then I just can't help but laughing because you just say some of the worst dad jokes.
The best thing about you...
Is it my allergies to everything? Soundtrack to your life is me sneezing. Allergic to the cats.
Well, the next question is the worst thing.
Oh, yeah, go on. Yeah, go on.
It's your allergies.
And we don't just mean a little... every day. I bet I've got you probably see dry nose around dry skin on my nose now.
Moment, but you're sniffing. There it is, all the time, blowing his nose, sniffing. He's allergic to genuinely. I don't just mean like he has bad hay fever. Like he'll have bad hay fever in the middle of like December. Like it's so bad, and he won't go to the doctors about it and get some like mega antihistamine or anything.
I need it.
Yeah, it is the soundtrack of my life.
In the office, I sit there and I'm like.
Because
all day and no one sits by me and everyone's just like dude, go away. I'm like, it's a hay fever. And my eyes are streaming.
The amount of times I've had to say to like just friends while we're out, don't worry, he's not ill, it's his allergies.
Well, best thing about me, go.
Go, great. Don't let that slide. Go back to the best thing. Well, apart from like, I do find you funny, like I've got to say, you're not anywhere near as funny as me.
You never tell me
I'm the funniest. I'm the funniest. You've got your sense of humour from me because we've grown up together now. The funny things you say are usually things that I've said that you then repeat. So I think you're funny because I'm funny and you've stolen it. Best thing is, so like if someone in the family like needs something that I can't do, like something to do with your car or something, you will be there to help because you know it's what I want and I'm fully aware that you're doing it for me. You're also kind of doing it for that person, but I know that you're doing it for me because it's what I would want. I would want them to be helped, or you know what I mean? Someone in the family needs something moving or picking up or like anything like that, then you'll always do it. I know full well if someone needs a lift to hospital, I can offer it on your behalf, on like our behalf, because you'll always be up for it because you're always like there to help. But
we both said the same thing, rock steady and reliable.
But that's not rock steady and reliable. That is, you can.
Yeah, but you can, because you can offer myself, because you know I'll do it. In the sense of I'm reliable because you know I'll do it because it's important.
No, that's more generous. Because as well, I was going to say, like, if we're out and about and we're paying for something or doing something, me and you don't even have to discuss it. We'll know that we're going to offer to pay. Oh, shall we do this? Should we split the money? Should we do this? We will always offer to pay for someone else. Or like if we're buying coffees and someone else is with us, we'll say, don't worry, we'll buy that. You will always do it. I don't need to discuss that with you. We're already on the same wavelength. And I think that is an invaluable bit of sort of trusting someone straight away. And we would rather get further into our overdraft and pay for someone and make them feel comfortable and happy than be like penny pinching and splitting the bill, like, you know.
There is no bigger turn off than like someone counting the pennies or something, like being like,
thing is,
I'll pay for that, you pay for that. And I'm just like,
I totally understand it.
Yeah, but especially if it's ever small stuff. Say if we're literally
if
getting
we're
a Starbucks,
and
I'm like, send me a $5.
Yeah, no,
nah,
I don't like that.
Nah.
Because you're meant to be friends. Like, you're meant to, you know, it's like a couple
I'd be
of
like,
quid here
I'm
and
sure
there.
we owe each other a $5 as swings and roundabouts.
Yeah. Okay, so what's the worst thing about me?
You don't like conflict, but you don't like leaving things. So you will address things as they arise. So that's not the worst thing about you, but as in like it's difficult at times. Leaving's never on the table, but you will point out something's wrong. It's just hard because obviously a lot of the time I have done something wrong and it means I need to own up like stat. You won't ever go to sleep on an argument either.
No, so I don't let things fester.
If you sit, exactly, and that's a hard thing to deal with. No Uncle Festers. I love that about you because it makes me take accountability.
Yeah.
But that's the hardest thing is because like I've owned up and I've made a mistake. I've got a bit of an overdraft you don't know about, and you'll be like, right, what are we doing? Let's fix it. Why have you done that? Why did you hide it in the first place? What's the, and you'll be like a detective going through it. What did you spend to get there? What's happened?
I'm fully aware that like in my life, I think people get to a point where they struggle with how honest I am because
you are brutally honest.
I don't like fakeness and not being honest. It's just who I am as a person. I will always be totally honest. What I like is that I've found really good people in my life who appreciate that level of honesty.
It's also your best thing about you because so I'm someone who can't deal with, like I said, I hate games. I hate like you have never ever done the cold shoulder because you're just too honest. If you're unhappy, you'll just literally just be like, I'm not speaking to you because you've annoyed me. And I would much rather you say that and you'll literally just be like, you've annoyed me, I just can't even speak to you right now. That's fair. And rather than like games and going to sleep on an argument, waking up the next morning not talking to each other.
Disappearing for like 2 hours.
Like, that's my favourite thing about you, but it's also the hardest thing about you because anything you just can't help yourself, just be like, that's annoyed me, or that's really annoying, or you just say it.
Most proud of? What are you most proud of? For you, what are you most proud of?
Without deep in it, just that I'm around. Like, you know, in the sense of like, still
I'm
here.
really glad I'm here.
Like, so obviously, like I said, without getting deep in it, I had a ropey childhood. There were times I didn't really want to be here. Let's be real. The fact I'm still here is pretty buzzing. You know, I've made it to 28.
I'm breathing.
I'm still here. I've made it this far.
I'm breathing.
And even small things like I've held down a job for like a few, I tried a few jobs. I tried to work at Co-op. I walked out. I tried to be like a kitchen porter in some kitchen in town.
I mean, that was rubbish. They paid you £4
I know, but I used to throw my toys out the pan and walk out, right? Now I'm actually like reliable man. You know what I mean? I hold down a job and I'm still around and I'm like, it's deep, but not that deep. But as in, like, I'm just grateful. Like, I'm so proud that I'm just about. What about you?
I am proud of my determination. We have no monthly listeners on Spotify. There's a current spike at 300. It's usually less than 100, but we keep going and we keep making music.
You'll plow on with something,
like,
even if there's no one
my
watching.
Disney stuff and all this, I posted to no one for so many years. And the thing is as well, is there are a lot of pages out there who are a lot bigger than mine, who grow a lot faster than mine, but I don't care. I'm just determined and I love it, so I'm sticking to it.
That's why you do it, because you genuinely love it.
Yeah.
Your room would not look like this if you didn't love it.
Exactly. I think it's time for Controversial Corner, unless you have any questions for me. I feel like they've learned a lot about us.
All right, it's first episode. What's in store for the rest of the season? What kind of thing can we expect?
Coming up. Lots of things. We've got a really funny one next week. We're going to be reacting to my Lad Bible hate comments. Hilarious. We've got some reviews of films. We've got some more Star Wars stuff because people were asking for Star Wars stuff. We've got an episode all about being a Disney influencer, like specifically as well. So that'll be fun.
I'll interview you then.
Yeah, basically. I hope you stick around. And don't forget, you can subscribe to us on the Tube of You, or if you are listening rather than watching. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope that you have enjoyed this episode.
Whoa, why are you signing off? Controversial
I'm not
Corner.
signing off.
All right, go for it.
It is time for
Controversial Corner. Cities too.
Yahoo! Controversial Corner this time. Do you believe in love at first sight? And do you think that you find love when you least expect it?
Yes and yes.
Okay.
Obviously, yes, I believe in love at first sight, because I didn't believe it, and then it literally happened. I literally saw you, said I was going to marry you at 16, and here we are, 13 years later.
Okay.
So I do believe in it, even though I don't want to. It's so icky. I hate it. I don't want to believe in it, and I didn't believe it until I was 16, and then it happened, and I had no choice now.
But so go with me here.
It happened.
I think you can have love at first sight, but then as you get to know someone, that is not what it was. Yeah. We're very lucky that we have expanded on our relationship and it's gone the right way. I had a boyfriend before who I was like, wow, I really like him. And then as I got to know him more, I did not like him. You know?
It's also going to happen much more when you're under 25, in the sense of you're growing. You are, and it is so easy if you come together like 16 or 15 or 17, and you can grow apart because you're still growing before you're 25.
So do you think that you find love when you least expect it then?
I thought so, yes.
Because like when you stop looking, people say that.
Yeah. Well, and again, I was like, I didn't. Not again. Like when you're 16, how many girlfriends and stuff do you meant to have? I was single for a year basically before I met you, and I was trying. When you're like, I'm gonna die alone, and I'm just
yes.
my gosh. I remember feeling like I am an ugly 16-year-old.
You were.
I was just like, I got no girls, I got no prospects, and I gave up. I was just like. And then just be like, you know what? I'm just going to chill out.
I had exactly the same, couldn't be bothered. I was like, whatever. And I'm just chilling, doing a show. And then all of a sudden you were there. And it just really quickly fell into place. I think that's where the love at first sight thing does come into play a bit, because it should be easy. It shouldn't be hard, especially at the start of the relationship. It should really just fall into place. And I think it made me realise that especially the boyfriend I had before you, it was so not right, because nothing fell into place, nothing was easy. You find love when you least expect it, but only from the point of view of when do you ever really expect to find love?
You have to find it when you least expect it, because often the moment you reach that point of I don't care about chasing this anymore. If you're looking for a relationship, it's like you're not complete, you're not happy with yourself, and so you're looking for someone else to finish you. And finish what you're looking for.
But then you're not looking for a person, you're looking for a relationship.
Yeah, exactly. But you're not going to find happiness if you are not happy yourself.
Yeah.
Whereas I find as soon as you get to that point...
if you can't love yourself,
how the hell are you going to love somebody else? That's so true, though. But as soon as you get to that point where you're like, I'm fine, I don't need this, I'll do my own thing, don't care. Because you're happy in yourself all of a sudden, suddenly you're attractive. I know my worth.
Should we start a love guru part of this podcast?
Yeah, but 100%.
Give out some hashtag advice.
But I know that's what it is. I know that's what it is. Because the amount of times you sit with your friends, and your friends are trying to go out dating, they don't find anyone. The minute they give up dating, delete all the apps, they suddenly found someone. Absolutely, yes. Do you believe in the same things?
Yeah. So, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you for the next episode.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Signing off.